Hey gamers, it's G from the corner. Now, as we turn over the calendar to the new year, we've got plenty of things in the world of gaming and Nintendo to look forward to, but we also have plenty that we do not know anything about. So much to speculate and predict that I figured, why not do what everybody else is sure to be doing in the coming days and weeks and speculate all of what Nintendo is going to get up to in the year 2025. Now, since we're here on the corner, it's not just going to be a traditional speculation and predictions video. I'm going to be presenting my predictions for the entirety of Nintendo's 2025. Every month, every direct, every announcement, reveal, and release, I will be predicting. There will be basically no stone left unturned here. And I will be presenting it to my friends in a similar format as the Smash Brothers pitch video from last year. So with that, make yourselves comfortable because this is going to be a meaty one, and watch as I predict everything Nintendo is going to get up to in the year 2025.
All right. Welcome.
Here we go.
Welcome.
Back at it.
Nintendo 2025 predictions. Guys, this is going to be a big year, right?
I agree, G. You know what's up, man.
I know exactly what's up. We're going to get everything right. I think there's not going to be a single thing that I screw up at all. Every date, every reveal, every event, every happening.
We're going to be looking back at this. We're going to be like, damn, he knew all along.
Yep, as I said in the
Can't believe
intro.
Push was coming out. Cannot believe it.
Oh no, that's oh god.
And Saving Mr. Domino.
It's gonna
That's
be...
going to be the sequel to You Can't Stop.
Exactly. Yes. Hi.
Let's
We
go.
got the usual goons. We're going to be going month by month. Not every tiny little detail, but the big things, all right?
Okay, yes,
You know, if anybody's
Massive.
seen those Arlo predictions, it's going to be kind of like those.
Oh, we can name drop Arlo. I was
We
really
can
about
name
to say
drop
you're
him.
going to get it wrong like Arlo does every time.
Yeah, you know what? He did some things right. He predicted all of you
The
right.
last year, he quite literally got one thing even remotely right. Everything else was wrong.
He just gave up this year, so that really made me want to fill in. And
Well, this year was a weird year. Yeah, next year we're
next year.
and
Look,
next
look,
year we
Yeah,
know the
okay.
Switch 2 is coming.
We know it's coming. We know
out.
it's coming.
They
So
can't.
there-
Just,
Don't
you can't
spoil his
be-
prediction.
Look at me.
all right.
okay,
Let's
go.
begin.
Let's do it.
Welcome. This is, I mean, basically, I kind of just said all this without the welcome slide. But yeah, 2024 is behind us. We look ahead into the new year. We're predicting what gaming goodness we may be in for. I like to cover the facts. This will indeed just contain predictions. Because, we all know that would lead to the most entertaining video.
Yeah.
All right?
Of
We're
course,
going
of
month by
course.
month, general overview. We're going to talk about Nintendo stuff, Nintendo Directs, announcements, and of course, everything on the successor to the Nintendo Switch. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's start
Let's get into
January 2025. All right. Then we'll kick off the year with two pretty eventful weeks news-wise. The first week of the month, they're going to drop a new trailer for Xenoblade X Definitive Edition. You guys think Switch 2?
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Trailer for
No,
Xenoblade
yeah.
X.
You don't even think it's
They
good.
have to get these
Trailer
things
for
out of the way.
Xenoblade 2. The week of January 13th, we're going to be getting the release of Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, but they'll have something else
Oh, come on. You think
cooking
it's
up
now.
for us.
Ooh.
A Nintendo Direct.
Ah.
Partner Showcase.
Oh,
That's a
partner
W.
January
showcase.
That's a W.
16th.
Partner
That's a
showcase.
W.
They're gonna because they have Switch 1 games to still talk about.
Oh, yeah,
Mostly
100%.
third-party stuff, but they
The
want to talk
backlog.
about that in a small, not exciting presentation. Why do that after announcing the new console, right? Let's just get
Makes
this
sense.
right out of the way. They do, for the record, they do partner showcases on the week of game releases. The last one was the week MEO dropped. The one before that was right after Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and the one before that was the week of Fire Emblem Warriors. So, same week as Donkey Kong. Makes sense. Mostly third-party stuff, but as per usual, Nintendo's going to sneak in one self-published game that isn't developed by an in-house team. Very small title, one more game for the Switch.
Kirby. That's what I read. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As has been rumored,
Yeah.
Planet Robot is coming to the
Yeah,
Switch.
makes sense.
The game will have a visual overhaul just like Return to Dreamland did.
Makes sense.
It'll revealed in this direct, there's gonna be new stuff. They're gonna reveal some gourmet race royale mode, basically just like it'll be a 4-player sprint.
I would play that
version
forever. I love
of gourmet race. It'll be nice. It'll be a cute little side mode. Game comes out April 24th.
Damn, that's a hard date read. Go.
With that, they're giving a decent amount to look forward to as Nintendo fans, but come on, we want to know what's happening with the successor to the Nintendo Switch. And on the morning of January 29th,
Okay.
at approximately 9 a.m.
Unannounced.
Eastern
Crazy.
Standard Time, their pleas will be heeded to as this post will
Of
drop.
course.
Tune in tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Pacific Time for the first look at the successor to the hashtag Nintendo Switch. This presentation will be approximately 10 minutes long.
And he
Crazy.
edited the date and time to good for you.
Crazy.
Crazy. So,
I
let's
see
get
something
into
like
it.
100%.
Introducing the Nintendo Switch 2.
100%.
This is literally just the logo.
Yeah,
that the
objectively
guy
the logo.
made. Like this, I can't. Like, look, guys. As much as I want to talk about the open dock and a bunch of cool gimmicks, I can't. I literally can't. We've been looking at images of this thing for the last
They're
how many
everywhere.
months.
They seem pretty credible.
Like, I mean, this is what the dock's gonna be curved. I can't say open dock. Whatever. Like, it'll be. They're gonna announce the console. They're gonna show it off. They're gonna show off the shape, the image. But unlike the initial Nintendo Switch reveal, the Switch 2 will be revealed through a more formal presentation. It's going to be, Koizumi or whoever holding the system, showing it. You're going to see models of it, people playing it, but no games in the sizzles.
Really?
Because they're going to, since launch is coming up, pretty soon, they're going to announce the 2 launch titles, like, fully, not via teases. They're going to straight up tell us, here are the big launch games right here
Damn.
and right now.
Okay.
They're going to both get brief trailers. Let's get into the first game.
We know what.
Nintendo Switch Sports 2.
Yeah.
It has to be good.
It has to. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be pretty good. Not like amazing.
Are we talking about like 1-2 Switch quality? We're talking
about
like quality?
Switch Sports quality. Switch better than base Switch. Better than Switch Sports as it is now.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a bad game for sports.
The game will pretty much just be an upgrade to Switch Sports. Everything that was in the first game will be here. The game will look better with the increased hardware power. It'll have like good lighting and all that sort of thing. It won't launch at full price, it'll be $50 USD, but it won't be a packing game. All the sports from said first game will be returning, alongside baseball, archery, canoeing, and new curling.
There's sword fighting in the original.
Sword fighting was in the original, yeah. I mean, I literally just was thinking what's missing from the original. What sports do I want in a new Switch Sports game? And I genuinely couldn't think of a third returning one.
One thing I wish they would do, I wish they would emphasize the Mii's more again. I feel like
I
give it more identity and more staying power.
I didn't predict what they would do with the Mii's on the Switch.
I think they're going to keep the current identity. They feel like really strong on that.
They're probably good. Yeah,
I kind of drift away from Mii's, it feels like.
I think Mii's will still be in the system.
Yeah,
they'll still be on the system, and they'll still be selectable as optional.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be like the main deal.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's like the last time.
And then the second game, we also know what the second game is.
Super Mario Cold Open.
That's the name.
Are you serious?
That's the name we're going with here.
Forget the game. What? I thought it was Mario Kart.
Well, no, it's new 3D Mario. The multiplayer casual game is Switch Sports 2. This is the multiplayer game to launch the console with. They're going to have the core game for the core gamer is Super Mario Cold Open. The next 3D Mario is finally here, taking a page out of Bowser's Fury. The game is fully open world with levels that you can simply navigate to. You see a place in the distance, you go there, that's the sandbox level, right? The game will see Mario embark on a journey through a vast winter mountainside. There will be cozy villages, ski resorts, winter carnivals, icy caverns. There's going to be a bunch of crazy designs, but similar to Mario Sunshine, it'll all fit within an umbrella, which makes sense in this game since you're literally going from place to place. There is no hub world, no map.
Yeah.
I mean, you can fast travel, but this is what we're going with. There's going to be plenty more revealed as we get towards launch, but the trailer will give a strong idea of what the game is about. It will also be priced at $70 US, which is going to be a through line. Most of the Switch 2, actually all of the Switch 2 games are $70 US, aside from Switch Sports that I'm going to talk about, plus Legends Z-A and Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? I can't wait for, because this actually is an amazing idea because people love Bowser's Fury, but I can't wait for it to be Mario Odyssey 2, where it's going to be the exact same levels and then 4 new worlds.
Like that.
No.
They can do that.
The Mario team got it.
I think they're cooking something crazy.
They should be. I want it to be.
This is basically my dream scenario.
Odyssey movement, but with 3D, with
Bowser's Fury level design. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah,
exactly.
So to conclude, they will announce that the system will launch on June 12th, 2025, and will retail at $400 US. I was really torn between how much it would be. I was like, okay, it's going to be somewhere between 400 and 500, and I was like, you know what? I think they're going to hit the 400 range. The Switch OLED was 350 when it launched. 400 is still pretty below what the current consoles are. I think that's what they're going to hit. Do you guys agree with that?
Makes sense. Yeah.
I thought like before they could push 450, but I think 4 is good.
Yeah.
Hashtag Canada gang.
Okay, now we move into February. After a pretty crazy January, things are going to be a bit quiet. But there are a pair of notable events. Because there is some unfinished business from 2024 we do need to talk about. Let's get into the first one. The Metroid Prime 4 Direct.
Oh, yeah, that's a game.
On February 18th, 2025.
So, you also said that it will be on the Switch too. You said that it'll be like a $60 game on the Switch too.
Well, no. It'll be. I just said these games are going to be $70. However, as you can see in this slide, I think the game will receive a SKU on the Switch 2. They will both be $70. The Switch 2 version will just have improved lighting. You'll be able to do like some digital upgrade if you get it on the Switch 1 and then Switch 2 and such. The game will release on July 31st, but there's one more thing. Prime 2 and 3 on the Switch that day, physical version March 6th.
I like that.
Because there's no February game, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, just to have something to throw in there. They're not going to be crazy remasters. It's going to be like the Pikmin 1 and 2 ports.
Not like the Metroid Prime.
Not like the Metroid Prime remaster, no.
It took 8 years, but we finally got them on Switch.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yep.
I think that makes a ton of sense.
I like it.
Next up, I mean, come on.
I love Pokemon.
Obviously.
We love Pokemon.
Obvious. So let's just get into it. Z-A's here. Z-A comes out September 18th. They'll show new megas. They'll show, you know, like, cool gameplay. It'll look good. It'll perform better than usual. But, you know, it's going to be kind of weird. People will be like, why am I only seeing city blocks? Like, there's visual discrepancies, but it still looks like a pretty urban place, just maybe a little run down. There won't be a Switch 2 SKU, by the way. It's just going to be a Switch 1 game that you can play via backwards compatibility.
Oh, yeah.
Game Freak isn't going to... I don't think Game Freak is working on something like that. However, one more thing. No announcement, no gameplay, no cinematic teaser. You will have Ishihara look to the camera and say that the next mainline Pokemon games, Generation 10, will launch Holiday 2026 exclusively on the Switch 2.
Is it going to be like Scarlet Violet type shit? What are we thinking? I would love
For Gen 10, I think, there's been plenty of leaks, obviously. And I mean, obviously they're legit. I think that something, I don't know how to describe what they said. They said something about it overlapping with the anime theme, so I'm expecting some sort of like, you know, open world game, but there's kind of like an islands aspect to it where you're going across different islands as you're exploring. Unlike Sun and Moon, where it's like, here's routes.
It's linear.
Spread on, yeah, it's going to be like
linear
actually
on islands,
open world. Like
open
you're going to
world
go to these islands and like that's where you'll find your
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, but now we're into March. March will see the release of the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition and plenty of Switch 2 rumors. But the most notable Nintendo thing happening on that month will be happening on a very special day.
Oh my god.
Mario Day 2025.
Oh yeah.
Last year,
shit.
they did a little kind of sizzle trailer thing where it was just Miyamoto. They said, here's some NSO games, here's some release dates, and here's the Mario Movie 2 confirmation. Same thing here. It's not a direct, it's just going to be that day.
You don't think so? For the 40th anniversary, you don't think they're going to do something big?
I think this is the 40th anniversary, but there's not enough here to warrant. There is one, the biggest thing, quite possibly here, is that there will be a new trailer for Super Mario Cold Open. It's going to be basically the second trailer that'll give people an idea of what to know about the game. It'll be like okay, I've seen everything I need to buy this game now. You know, they're like, hey, pre-orders are live on retailers and whatever for the game now. Next up, the sequel to the Mario movie is a year away, and you know, and last time they announced the castings about a year off. It was a year and a few months, but it was supposed to be a year. So they're going to confirm that Wario is in the movie, and he will be played by Pedro Pascal.
That's
beautiful.
And lastly, Nintendo will announce a new print run and immediate digital re-release of Super Mario 3D All-Stars for the anniversary.
It's gone for a year.
It's gone for a year.
That's so stupid.
I think they'll just keep doing this, honestly. I mean, okay, this, especially because the Switch is still on the market, maybe the Switch 2, they'll come up with something different, and that's where you'll get Galaxy 2.
Oh, okay, so like a sequel to it?
Yeah, in 5 years.
Yeah. Do you think they could do anything with Mario 3D Land? I'm not saying that's a stupid prediction.
No, I think
I just wonder.
Point, I don't think now is the time, because here's my thing. I think the 40th anniversary is going to be a happy coincidence, because there's this and one other game that are very much Mario games that you could say, happy 40th anniversary, check out these Mario games. But, you know, there's no, like, anniversary celebration, whereas 3D All-Stars and the Mario All-Stars re-release were, like, specifically developed with the anniversary in mind.
Because my thing, they could definitely do Super Mario 3D All-Stars 2 or Deluxe or something, and they could definitely just include, like, any extra amount of the 3D Mario games, except 3D World.
Yeah, that's...
They could definitely do just, like, 3D Land as, like, a bonus pack-in or Galaxy 2.
Totally. That's something...
That's what they can announce here instead.
I could see that for the 45th anniversary, but right now, because their eggs are...
The Switch 2 is now, and we're talking about 2030.
Right now, because we're in the Cold Open and other game...
And other game.
This is what we need. This is what they're talking about. Now we're into April.
Shit's happening.
Biggest thing this month is that they will release Planet Robot Deluxe and announce a Switch 2 Direct, a nearly hour-long showcase immediately followed by Treehouse Live, set to air in early May.
So that's That's April?
That's pretty much all that's happening in April.
Clutch.
Not every month is a crazy month for Nintendo.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
All right, May 2025.
Shit's happening already.
The Switch 2 Direct, May 7th, 2025.
John Luca from the corner. please show me what you're.
What are we cooking?
I'm great.
This presentation will follow a format similar to the Nintendo Switch presentation 2017, rather than a traditional Direct. We will see plenty of third-party releases, like a day one port of Elden Ring that will contain Shadow Verdantry as like a deluxe edition, as well as a version of Monster Wilds that will come out later in the year, and an announcement of Live Alive 2. Just some like random ones.
Some sort of like Elden Ring thing, or
that's
some
something
sort of
that would show up
happen.
in the sizzle trailer, but I don't have
same way Skyrim happened.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
that's totally The previously announced launch titles actually won't get brand new trailers. They'll be in sizzles at the start of the presentation, but Mario Cold Open already got its big trailer last month, and
Switch Sports
2 will find out what we need to know in an overview trailer that'll drop like a week later, as well as the Treehouse Live showcase. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will have a trailer solely dedicated to showcasing the new enhancements found on the Switch 2 version, but beyond that, Nintendo has several new first-party titles.
I will say, going into 2025, my prayer and my hope is that Nintendo stops wasting our time with things we don't care about. That's my actual prayer.
My genuine thought, though, is this presentation will be a bit slower paced than Direct.
No, I don't care about that, because this is an announcement thing is different. But it's not like when Dragon Quest gets an overview in a Direct, and we're like, oh, that's boring. Like Nintendo, we know what Switch Sports is. If you show me 15 more minutes,
they won't show Switch Sports again. That's why they won't show these games here. I just think because they have tended to not do that when they already have kind of blown their load on it. Like Mario Wonder didn't show up in the September Direct the year it came out because they already did the Mario.
Maybe they learned.
Alright. The first game up, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 4K.
Do you think they're gonna call it 4K? That's their new buzzword.
What do they call it? What else do they call it? HD? It was already in HD.
Breath of the Wild DX.
Ultra DX. You know, the Deluxe is probably a better name. Yeah, Link's Awakening actually already had the DX. I think
the Legend of Super Zelda.
2.
Damn it! I'm mad. I'm actually mad. I would have called it DX if I hadn't thought about that. But whatever. It's 4K. That's what we're saying. You wanted Twilight Princess? Wind Waker? Nope. We're getting a remaster of Breath of the Wild instead.
60 FPS, yeah.
As the title implies, it will run at 4K, 60 FPS, contain a massive lighting overhaul. It'll look fantastic, but it's not a 2-pack. No Tears of the Kingdom. It's $70 US. It's slated for release October.
That's really bad.
That's crazy.
I think they're going to do this. I think they're going to do this.
I think they're going to do a 2-pack. They're doing a 2-pack.
They're running out of Zelda games to remaster.
They're going to do a 2-pack.
No, they're not going to.
Tears of the Kingdom sold 20 mil already. They got their fucking bag.
They're going to hype up. Look, guys, we visually overhauled Breath of the Wild. They're going to do the same for Tears of the Kingdom when they have an off year.
But I will say it's really stupid.
That's why Wind Waker, Twilight Princess aren't on Switch, because they're saving those for gap years.
This is really stupid because they're actually in different engines. We can't just say, oh, they overhauled one that we can overhaul the other. So there is more. It's more likely to do that.
More work,
But this will get people talking. The fact that it'll be 70 as well. This will get people talking. And Nintendo should honestly just do the safest thing of all time, where they just announce no controversial games whatsoever. Well, don't show me a Mario sports game because I'm gonna get mad when it's shit.
The next 3 games are not controversial.
Oh my gosh, Smash Bros.
Animal Crossing, Fairful.
Let's go.
Animal Crossing. It's been a while, guys. Come on.
It has.
All right. The next Animal Crossing is coming soon. The game will be somewhat more traditional compared to New Horizons. You play the role of the mayor's secretary, but said mayor is very indecisive, allowing you to pretty much take the reins of the town, allowing freedom for decorating outside. That's more of a midpoint between New Leaf and New Horizons, instead of being able to just do whatever you want on your island. But how about that subtitle? Introducing the fairground. Now, as you progress through the game, you will unlock a fairground, an area that can be fully decorated.
That's a vibe.
And customized. So basically, we're taking the customization of New Horizons and throwing it into a separate sort of kind of game almost, right? Like, that stuff's amazing.
Because I feel like giving too much of a sandbox makes it gets too overwhelming.
Yeah, people still want.
It takes too long.
New Horizons has a few weird things, so why not best of both?
I like that.
I like that. Traditional, and we have a more creative experience.
If there's terraforming here, any sort of
100%.
No, they need to make it better because the main reason I did not terraform because it took 10 years to do shovel out.
I think God mode. I think here's my rating. It'll be God mode terraforming similarly to house decorating. But you'll have to scroll across the whole map. Like you won't be able to.
I just need.
This game is slated to launch in 2026.
I don't like that. I don't like.
There's not too marked. Yeah.
Honey, it's 9.
I know.
It's supposed to be 9.
Everybody wants it to be called. Look, man, I didn't want to give it this name.
Make it 8-2, so it's 16.
For the uninformed, I was going to do this last year, and I had a name for the Switch 2, and I was going to put that name here, but then obviously that's not the name. It's just the Switch 2.
Yeah,
should be. So we're just gonna call it Mario Kart X. But there is actually meaning. That's right, it's finally time for the next entry in the Mario Kart series. X might be obvious, the Roman numeral for 10, while also sounding really cool, but there's some context. The X appears as 2 overlapping roads. The main gimmick of this game is dynamic track design. That's right, all 32 tracks, including retro ones, will change dramatically each lap, whether through new intrusive hazards or modifications both minor and major to the course layout. Some examples shown are a Mario circuit with a fork in the road that leads to 3 drastically different laps, or the return of SNES Vanilla Lake, where the track transitions through both versions as the race progresses. It'll be a snowy plain, and then the snow will collapse and it'll turn into the icy circle that people know and love.
That's
very
crazy.
cool. I like that.
The fact that we're getting retro tracks is crazy.
That's what I think. I think this is how you do it, because now they're completely
They're
completely
It's the same idea, just completely redone.
Forget
so it feels fresh.
Mario Kart 8 putting in anti-grav. The tracks will be new tracks. Like, you're gonna play one lap of
same
Shy
idea.
Guy Bazaar, and then it's gonna turn into a different track.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, because there were enough to do good.
It makes Mario Kart fresh and new.
No, for sure. The game is set to release this holiday.
Yeah,
do you think,
makes sense, yeah.
Before we go on, do you think there's any chance ever later in the Switch 2's life that they re-release Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
No.
Oh
There's backwards compatibility.
No, I know. I'm just saying where they can include the booster course pass, because this will have, or maybe
they already have a physical release for the booster course
You're right,
pass
they
in
did.
other regions. I'm surprised we didn't get it this year. That would have made sense.
The reason why I say that is because like this is 32 like tracks, and like obviously it's the same argument of why people like Mario Kart Wii over Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where it's like, oh, the gameplay's better. Like,
it's going to be
compared to
different.
96
For the record,
tracks.
It's not going to just be copy-paste 8. The game will feel very different.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So, is there...
Years in the oven,
yeah, would there be any reason to put
7,
8
even
Deluxe?
longer.
Oh, yeah, 8. Oof.
Yeah, even longer.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of weird, actually.
Screw Deluxe. They're 11 years.
The fact that you think about like this, where 8 Deluxe
11,
itself
12,
is
12
8 years.
years
8 Deluxe is 8 years old.
Well, no. Like, the last game that team made was ARMS.
Yeah.
But that's kind of weird. Yeah, it has actually been like 8 years now.
Yeah, and 11 since 8 first released.
This can't be all they're working on, right?
Oh, is that a transition?
One more thing.
You fucking piece of shit.
One more game.
Oh,
that'll
no.
be announced. It's a brand new IP developed by Nintendo EPD9.
Yeah, okay,
the game will be a single-player character action game with a compelling narrative and stuff. Look, man, I'm not going to completely write fanfiction here.
Yeah.
But basically, it'll be a game that'll make you think, this isn't Nintendo. But it'll feel like Nintendo. Like, it'll look like hyper-realistic and crazy, but you'll see gameplay and you'll be like, oh, this is crazy gameplay mechanics. This is so cool. This is so... I would never think of this. Only Nintendo would deliver an experience like this. But it'll have the fidelity to be like, guys, look at this. We're on the same level as everybody else now.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
It would be a statement.
Very non-Nintendo, but in a Nintendo way. It'll release sometime in 2026.
The lights are off, but they're on too. No, I get it. I like it.
Now that'll be obviously plenty of information aside from the direct. You know, we'll hear some things outside of it. Yes, the console will max out at 4K 60 when docked, 1080 in handle. The new controllers are going to be called Joy-Con 2. Feature a new button that allows you to instantly bring up the controller pairing screen. yes, the elusive C button. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know if it's something cool. It's something cool, but honestly, imagine it's literally just you press the button and it
brings you
brings up the controller.
Which would be a vibe. The amount of
Yeah.
times we have to navigate that menu.
Unfortunately, it will also be revealed that online multiplayer on Switch 2 will require NSO
Slurs.
plus expansion.
Wanna say
packs.
That makes sense. Why would they stop?
Why would they stop supporting or base NSO on the new console?
Base end, so he's gone.
Base NSO is
You have to pay the bigger.
You have to pay the bigger price to play it on Switch 2.
That's why he said
you guarantee. Oh,
Yeah,
they get rid
so
of lower.
They better make unironically. They need to like change their entire online
Yeah.
infrastructure, because that'd be fucked up.
They're
There's
gonna
the only
do
reason why we tolerate it.
This is such a read, though. They actually forget everything in this slideshow. Like, I genuinely 100% believe they're going to do this, because when the NSO launched, it was like a good deal compared to everybody else.
Yeah,
now
they
it's
have
an
to ease their way into it.
extremely good deal.
And they should
Everybody has
keep
raised
that.
it so high.
And they should keep
Why though?
Because they're raising the price of their console, they're raising the price of their games. They don't need more money, they need to keep market share. And then later you raise it when people have 40 million in your console in 2 years.
No.
In my opinion, I think that's stupid. I
For
hope
the record,
that
their big launch title is a single-player platformer and
they're remastering a Switch game for $10 more.
What?
Alright, next.
June 2025.
Here we are.
Sure happens.
A
The
big
Switch 2 is out. I'm predicting it's going to sell well. Not to the point of being sold out everywhere, but most, aside from the craziest analysts, will be unsure if that's due to lack of demand or just a greater stock supply, because apparently we're getting 7 million of these things.
Good.
Crazy, yeah, which should happen. I don't want to have to go through hell and back just to find a Switch.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. July. This month ends with the release of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but before that, Nintendo just randomly, one day you wake up, you check Twitter, what's this? A full remake of Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, just releasing on the base Switch November 6th.
Wait, what?
Okay,
sure. Are you serious?
That's a prediction.
This game, look, man.
It was supposed to be out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, man. This game has been like, according to everybody, this game is done and ready to go. So, like, how else? What are they gonna try? How could they market this as a Switch 2 game? They want to show how good they want to show off the specs of the hardware. This game is definitely a lower budget, a lower tier development title. So they're gonna want. They would just put it on the Switch and backwards compatibility. There you go. You play it on Switch.
Yeah, they just want to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Can we get Balatro on the Switch too?
Sure. You can play it on Switch too.
Shout out Balatro.
August. A quieter month for big announcements, but there will be plenty of news on imminent releases. We'll get a Pokémon Presents the Hype of Z-A. Nintendo will also be at Nintendo Live at PAX West, like they were 2 years ago. They'll use it to market Switch 2, have demos for Legends and Mario Kart. And Mario Kart is coming out November 20th.
Yeah, but
perfect.
Alright.
Very inoffensive.
It's September. You know what it's time for. We haven't gotten a traditional general Nintendo Direct all year. So it's time for the Nintendo Direct on September 3rd.
Feed us through. I'm closing my eyes. Show me. Or I guess talk to me.
For the first and only traditional Direct of the year, it's going to be pretty safe, actually. Most of the Direct will be dedicated to updates on already announced games, but there will be a handful of exciting news drops. For one, Nintendo will confirm DLC for Mario Kart X. Available for purchase at launch will be the Year 1 Pass, including 3 waves of 4 new and 4 retro tracks, 3 characters, and 4 karts. Each wave will, like before in Mario Kart 8, have a hint of Nintendo crossover in it. Animal Crossing and Metroid representation will be teased for the first 2 waves, and the Year 1 Pass will cost $25 US, with the first wave being teased for a Spring 2025 release.
Makes sense, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, look at it.
Spring 2026, you mean?
I copy-pasted this from last year's.
Gas!
Okay, but obviously you want some game announcement, right?
Yeah, well, of course.
Now think about all the Nintendo teams we know. Think about there's one Nintendo team who actually, if you look at the schedule, really should have had a game out in this year, but doesn't. They operate releasing games every 3 years and a few months.
Oh, yes.
And they haven't dropped a game in a while. And, I was thinking, I'm like, is it time for this game? And I'm like, you know what? It'd be a perfect game to show off the specs of the hardware.
Mario Party?
Luigi's Mansion 4!
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 4, the game's going to look amazing. It's going to look incredible. You're going to be looking at this game and be like, oh my god, it looks crazy. The game will take place entirely, as you can see in the background, there's a castle in the back. It's going to take place in some old medieval castle. It'll be more akin to the first game where there's an actual overarching aesthetic going on within the game. You're in a mansion, you got rooms in a mansion. You're in a castle, you got rooms in the castle. And it being a castle, obviously bigger than just a mansion, it's going to be a pretty sizable open environment for you to explore with Luigi. There's plenty of character ghosts, plenty of bosses. It's gonna look amazing. It's gonna come out sometime next year.
It's very, I guess, like humbling as a human seeing Luigi's Mansion get to the number 4. Like we'll get Luigi's Mansion 4. Like can you believe in like 10 years it'll be like Luigi Mansion 7? Like it's actually crazy.
Luigi's Mansion 4 just feels like something that'll come out pretty soon. I'm thinking it's unfortunate that this has turned into a bit of like.
No, but I'm being serious. Where it's like. Forget Strikers. It's like next level games can make some sort of spin-off that isn't Luigi's Mansion or.
Oh no, they can make something new as well. I think this is the game to do now because again, it's another hardware showcase. You're showing that.
The lighting of that game is going to be insane.
Yeah. Above all else, it's about look, guys, we have good specs now. The games are going to look great. All right. Next up, October 2025.
Wait, that was only announced.
That was the only brand new game announcement that's direct.
Really? You think so? I don't know.
There will, but here's the thing. Nintendo's lined up.
They gotta load up the next year.
They have. They already have.
Can't do that.
Animal Crossing is a new IP. They're going to show off those games. Animal Crossing comes
I'm very upset.
February, March.
Because that would be a direct that you yourself will criticize.
Nintendo always has so many more announcements.
Especially in September. September, there's always at least 3.
Here's the thing. You look at their lineup, right? They blew a bit of their load at that main presentation.
No, they didn't. They announced a remake of a Zelda game.
Look,
no, they did. I would be upset if this was
it. See, we never go into a new year with 6 Nintendo games. We always go in with like maybe.
What was 2017?
2017. We went into 2018 knowing literally nothing.
But there's still more.
But no, I'm saying 2017.
Oh wait, actually, that was basically what I modeled this off of. 2017 September Direct had no Switch game announcements.
No,
it had none. It only had 3DS announcements. The big thing in that Direct was they closed on a Mario Odyssey overview. I knew there had to be one game announcement here, and I was like, it's I was debating saying Smash Bros. I really was. But we already have 4 pretty sizable games lined up for 2026 with this direct.
What
we
was
have Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, the new IP from EPD9, and Pokemon. All have already been announced and confirmed for 2026. There are more games to announce, but we already have a pretty stacked lineup, so I feel like there wasn't that much room for announcements here.
But no, like, announcements for games that will quickly
a teaser
drop at the end of the
or
year.
a teaser for a big game.
They never do that. They actually, if you look back, I keep thinking they're going to do this every time September Direct rolls around. They never drop like a, hey, here's a game that's coming out in like 2
Mario
months
Wonder
at
did
the
that in like
September
July,
Direct.
right?
That was at the June Direct, yeah.
June, yes.
Yeah. So like they don't usually announce a game at the September Direct for later.
They did that already. The Fire Emblem game.
True.
Yeah, unless it's like a shadow drop of an eShop thing, but right now the system is brand new, so they're not focusing on small stuff like
I understand.
that. And granted, if they are, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't predict everything. Like if there was a
there
eShop
might be
game
little
here,
things that sneak
or
in,
at launch or something like so I didn't predict anything snipper clips here, basically.
Yeah, no makes
There's
sense.
stuff
All the
like
big
that.
hitters.
October 2025, not much here. The biggest thing is the release of Breath of the Wild 4K and the first trailer for Mario 2. The plot's going to be a semi-adaptation of Mario Sunshine. You're going to go to Isle of
That's a fine.
Wario will be the main villain, and Waluigi will even show up, and he'll just be voiced by Charles Martinet.
Good, get him in an actual role.
Why not?
That's
Why not? And now November and December, we're kind of just wrapping up here because we're near the end of the year. Not too many more announcements. Not much more happens aside from the releases. No, there will be no Game Awards announcement for the 3rd year in a row.
There literally will be.
I think here's my thing.
Copium.
So I'm actually going to say I was writing this and I was like, wouldn't it be crazy if I said, hey, they should announce the new Smash Brothers at Game Awards, because Smash has been at Game Awards a bunch.
That is true.
DLC, right? But the issue is Nintendo doesn't do big announcements at Game Awards, like literally.
What about Bayonetta 3?
Bayonetta 3, but that's not a big announcement comparatively. Compared to Smash Brothers, that's not.
Yeah. Smash Bros. Is like one of the.
I think personally, Nintendo could announce.
I think it'd
Smash
be amazing if the next game.
I know, but see, I'm not even a Smash fanboy. Well, what I mean is like
Smash has been proven to show up at
that's why
multiple times.
But the announcement of the game itself, a whole new game.
What they could do is they could do a teaser in the
DX. If it's DX, if it's Ultimate DX, then I think
if it's Ultimate DX, I feel like there's a chance. But here's the thing: like
I would be upset.
I kept
because
thinking
I have to
about
wait for Smash for the next console.
I kept thinking about it. I kept thinking about it more and more, and I was like, why would they do that? Like, why not just save it for their own platform the following year? Why not just announce it at the February Direct?
Yeah, exactly.
2026,
And that'd be a huge announcement.
Right? That's always what Nintendo does. As much as I want to say it, as we were watching Game Awards and they have some crazy announcement, I just don't think it's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Nintendo's 2025. We got 10 games lined up for the year. What do you think?
I would be so upset. You actually have no idea.
Thinking about it, there are 5 old games and 5 new games.
That's what you just said.
I think that's fine. Like they show off the console, they do it in a pretty good way. There's decent spread out of reveals.
There's a pretty good spread out, honestly.
Mario Kart comes out year 1. That's the most important
Mario Kart
thing.
and 3D Mario are
year 1.
Great.
There
is a Pokemon game and a Metroid Prime game coming out this year as well. For the
exactly.
4 insane SS tier quality Nintendo titles. Like those 4 alone.
I need to have them in my hands.
And
I think the presentations were shit. If that makes sense. I think if you look at like the way
this is on paper and we're just seeing like
that's
three words. It's not the actual.
If we were sitting there watching the trailer for Mario Cold Open, being like, "Oh my god," when Mega Kingdra shows up in the Legends Z-A trailer, we'd be like, "Holy cow, that looks amazing!" Prime 4 looking crazy with RTX. Who knows what Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 could look like, right?
Yeah.
Like
if it's a really good visual showcase of what the Switch 2 is capable of, that's crazy.
And imagine if Switch Sports 2 is great.
Yeah, it could be a good game.
I think this is a great year.
I do think that they're gonna do more with the Mario 40th anniversary.
Yeah, part of me just kind of said, I feel like it's gonna be a happy accident, kind of like how the 30th anniversary was. Mario Maker was already slated to release that year.
Yeah.
And they just kind of said, okay, it's the anniversary anyway, so
like maybe we also get a new sports game.
That would be
like baseball.
That would definitely be a Switch 1 thing, though. They wouldn't want.
Yeah, but we're still gonna get something, right?
See, here's the thing, and I guess this is something that people, I guess, haven't considered for Switch 1 and Switch 2. I guess the launch comparisons, where with Switch 1 they were still obviously trying to keep the 3DS alive.
Yeah, that's
but this they have literally all their studios saying we are going to work exclusively on Switch 2 because there's nothing else we need to work.
But they're
for.
actually
and the fact that it's comparable to 2017, I don't like that.
If you look at the lineup, it's actually crazy because a lot of those games, there's still a lot of Switch 1 games in that lineup. Again, there's 4 ports plus Legends Z-A and Metroid.
And I guess that's why I don't like it, because from all I heard was new IP that's not coming out, Animal Crossing that's not coming out, Mario Kart.
But those are big deals.
Here's the thing.
I'm not saying they're not big deals. I'm saying that I don't like hearing it like that.
So how else are they supposed to do it?
Here's my thing. In the world where this system comes out this year in like March, I would have put Animal Crossing in for the fall and the holidays, right? Because you got to think about it like this: the system doesn't come out till June, right? So that's
in your head.
That's in this predictions.
Which is crazy, because I'm not saying it could happen or like it can't or could happen, but it could come out in March.
I don't think
it's possible. It's 100% possible.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Not
so you know what? I understand it being possible. I think it's very, very unlikely considering
3 months ago it was likely.
3 months ago it was likely because they had more lead up time.
I
Now they don't have. They have 2 months of lead up time at the most.
Make it April, and then all of a sudden it's 3 months, and it's like.
And then but then it becomes like that's why the partner showcase is there, because I'm like,
so
okay, well they have all these Switch One things to talk about.
Yeah,
Why
get them
talk
out of
about
the way
those
and
immediately,
unfocus them. Yeah.
Right, like from the launch, from the partner, from the announcement to the release, it's all about Switch 2.
Yeah.
And then they go back, aside from Pokemon, and then they go back to talking about both. Like they have a Fire Emblem trailer in July, and be like, oh, that's coming out.
Yeah, and keep in mind, if it's on the Switch, it's going to be on the Switch too. And they're probably going to do a thing where those games that come out next year and whatever else, they'll have upgrades that look good on the Switch too.
Most of them will.
I don't think there's going to be. I didn't print this
They
down.
could very easily do.
I think they definitely
You said you could.
Because that would be a big selling point. Look, we have backwards compatibility, and look at all these new games that are coming out on Switch 1 that if you don't get the new system right away, you can upgrade later and get a better version of that game.
And for like what's again, I'll bring up Smash as a comparison, but let's say some of maybe even Tears of the Kingdom, if they don't do an upgrade. The ones that don't get an upgrade, you'll know there will be a deluxe one coming out. Like, let's say they don't do an SKU for Smash. Well, we know Ultimate Deluxe is coming out. Or Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So that could be a giveaway for things.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, in my mind, they said backwards compatibility, so I don't think they're not going to go as hog wild as they did on the Wii U. But Zelda is, like, one that always gets remastered, and I think giving it a bigger touch-up.
Yeah, those will get full remasters.
I just don't like $70.
A little update.
That's what it's gonna be, man. They're gonna charge that.
Yeah,
like, you guys gotta be ready. Okay. I don't think
that.
every Nintendo game is gonna be $70. I think those ones this year make sense to be because they're
the
they're
Marios and the Zeldas,
and the Pokemons.
They're the heavy hitters, and the remaster. Or whenever a company like this does a big, high-quality remaster, they always try and charge as much. Demon's Souls was the only full price game on PS5 when that system came out. The PS3 remake.
Yeah. Exactly. That makes sense.
Good prediction, John Luca.
I actually think is gonna come true. Like, forget like personal thoughts.
Nothing.
Absolutely
nothing.
Switch Sports.
Yeah, Switch Sports. I think those launch games are 100% true.
I think
there's probably gonna be a couple.
The ZA and sorry, you were talking Donkey Kong.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get Animal Crossing announcement. It might even come out that year, maybe in the summer. Who knows?
That's my thing. I'm like, I feel
right?
like
but 100%, I think we see it.
Would be crazy. Like Animal Crossing launch window would be
around the launch. Yeah,
that would be insane. But does Mario Kart and 3D Mario are already?
They are. But what if they want to go all out?
Animal Crossing 2 and Pokemon and Metroid?
Zelda Mario Kart was 2017.
Keep in mind
that
Prime 4 is like a more niche audience. Animal Crossing is a wider audience now. But it's also a different audience from the Mario audience.
That's true. That is.
So
true.
If they want to kind of put out that mix of games for the first year at least.
If they put out, for the record, if they put out everything that I said plus Animal Crossing, this is like the best year Nintendo has had in like.
Yeah, I think it can be because I think we can also get a new WarioWare or Rhythm Heaven.
Oh,
when was
Mario?
Right?
I was like ready to predict.
Movie came out a year ago?
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years by the time next year.
I was ready to predict Rhythm Heaven because I heard some people talking about like it could be a cool idea.
Yeah, and Mario.
But I was just like, you know what? I feel like they're gonna focus on the bigger core remasters and like.
Sorry to interrupt. What about that 3D Donkey Kong? Do you think that's ever? I know it's
I think it was canceled. I think there's okay. Here's what you know. What this is going way off topic, but I think there's a chance for next year. I think next year your holiday could look like Pokemon, 2D Donkey Kong maybe, and like somebody. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Fuck it, Retro again.
Retro, it could be Retro.
Are you telling me Retro was only working on Prime for 7 years?
Actually, I think so. Yeah, they worked on Prime and Prime Remaster.
Yeah, but do you understand what a waste of a studio that was for?
Yeah, I know.
But they're gonna be good games.
Someone's career, start to finish, was fucking that. I want you to think of that.
You know what's amazing though about this lineup? It's like, okay, so we get to do the Switch again, but also EPD9 gets to release actual video games now because literally the only game they put out the entire generation was ARMS, and Retro gets to release actual video games now.
Yeah.
And who knows? We could get an ARMS too.
ARMS 2 would be funny, but ARMS 2 is not happening.
Yeah, no.
ARMS 2 could be like a mid-year.
But yeah, keep in mind, those are all like the hugest things. Something to slip in, right? But I think that's pretty accurate. I think like that's those are pretty like good, solid, safe bets, and I think it would be a good year because he didn't do everything. He even said it. There's no snipper clips here. Type of game.
Yep, some smaller games, but yeah, I think this is gonna. I think we're in for a crazy year. I think we're in for a crazy year from Nintendo. You know, people will be going crazy if they don't announce Switch 2 in the first week anyway. So I think it's gonna be crazy no matter what. This is just how I think things will go down based on everything I know. But you know, I love
video for next year. Video for next year. Make it like a 2-parter. Make it some. We're gonna just 1 year from now. Yeah. I want to look back on it.
We're gonna look back and see how wrong.
I'm excited to see it. It's gonna be an exciting year, so I'm excited.
Yep. Well, that's about it.
Thank you, Corner.
Thank you guys for being on it. Keep yourselves cornered for more Nintendo coverage, predictions, news, all this stuff.
Big stuff. Look forward to.
And whatever they got planned for this year. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
Peace. Later.